next topic which we are going to begin today, that is resonance. पिछला वाला जो हमने टॉपिक किया था उसपे we had done hybridization. We did various methods to calculate the hybridization, right? Now today we will do resonance. What do we understand by the term resonance, or this is also known as mesomerism, or it is also known as mesomeric effect. Whenever there is a multiple bonded system present, which means whenever there is a single and a double bond present, or a single and a triple bond present in the same molecule, it is observed that the characteristics of the bond that is in between the single and the double bond, right? Just say for example, if we are taking into account, let's say we are taking the molecule of carbon dioxide. Now it was suggested that the molecule of carbon dioxide that may exist as this, or it may exist as this, right? Now what has happened over here is that when we are looking at these two systems, we say that there is a lone pair of electrons, two lone pair of electrons over here, 8 minus 1 2 3 4, ठीक है? ऐसे ही हम लोग lone pairs जो है वो डालते हैं. Carbon all octet is complete, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so there is no lone pair. Over here also 4 8 minus 1 2 3 4, so we are going to show 4 electrons over here, right? Now in this case, this bond, the pi electron cloud, it has a capability or tendency to shift. So this electron cloud from here, it shifts over here, okay, and this electrons they shift over here. अब यहाँ से ये shift हो गया, so how many electrons should be there now on this oxygen? There should be 6 electrons present on this oxygen, ठीक है? And how many electrons there? Only 2 electrons on this oxygen. Now over here, from where the electron pair is shifting, that is going to get a positive charge, and the other one that is going to get a negative charge. Okay. Similarly, when we are looking at this structure, it has two lone pair of electrons over here, and it has 6 electrons on oxygen. Therefore, this oxygen is going to get a negative charge, and this is going to get a positive charge. When we are looking at the bond lengths of these molecules, the bond length of C double bond O, the bond length of C double bond O, that is 1.22 angstrom, and that of C triple bond O, that is 1.10 angstrom. Okay, so we're looking at the structure over here, the bond length, because there are both double bonds which are present, the bond length should be 1.22. Okay, or if you are looking at this structure, the one bond length should be 1.10 and the other bond length should be equivalent to the bond length of a single bond. Okay, but this does not happen. It is seen that the carbon oxygen bond length in carbon dioxide is calculated to be 1.15 angstrom. Right, which is in between triple bond and double bond. So whenever one particular structure is unable to explain the characteristics of that particular molecule, it is suggested that that molecule does not exist in one structure, but it exists in more than one structures, right? These more than one structures, they are known as the resonating structures or the mesomeric forms. So when we are looking at carbon dioxide here and carbon dioxide here, both of these, they are going to be known as the mesomeric forms or the resonating structures, or another name which is given, that is canonical structures or canonical structures. Okay? So this is the property of resonance. Also when we are talking of, let's take the example of benzene over here. If we are talking of benzene, benzene is a cyclic compound having alternate single and double bonds. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पे क्या होगा, ये यहाँ शिफ्ट हो जाएगा, ये यहाँ शिफ्ट हो जाएगा और ये यहाँ शिफ्ट हो जाएगा, such that the resonating structure that is going to be ये वाला बॉन्ड यहाँ शिफ्ट हो गया है, ये वाला बॉन्ड यहाँ शिफ्ट हो गया है और ये वाला बॉन्ड यहाँ शिफ्ट हो गया है, ठीक है। सो वी जनरली रिप्रेजेंट the molecule of benzene as this, where the circle in the center, it signifies the localization, the delocalization of the pi electrons in the entire benzene ring, ठीक है। So over here also the bond length, it is in between single and double bond, right? So this is what resonance is. Then what are the rules for selecting canonical forms? This is very important from your examination point of view. Rules for selecting the canonical forms. इसमें लिखो number 1, the relative position of all atoms, the relative position of all atoms in each of canonical forms, must be same. Each of canonical forms must be same, right? So when we looking at the skeleton structure over here, the position of the atoms should be same. Okay, you can see over here कि carbon is in the center, here also carbon is in the center, here also carbon is in the center. So the skeleton structure of the molecule does not change, right? They should differ only in position of electrons. They should differ only in position of electrons. So that is what is happening over here. Over here there were 4 electrons. Over here there are only 2 electrons left. Over here there were 4 electrons, and over here there are 6 electrons. So the position of electrons will shift. The position of the atoms will not change. Then number 2, the number of unpaired and paired electrons in each of the canonical forms should be same. In each of the canonical form should be same. ठीक है? So if we looking at the total number of electrons over here, lone pairs, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lone pairs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the number of lone pair of electrons in each of the canonical forms, that should remain always same. ठीक है? Number 3 लिखो. The contributing structures should be such. The contributing structures should be such that the negative charge resides on the more electronegative atom and positive charge on the more electropositive atom. Okay, so if you're looking over here at this, the negative charge over here is at oxygen. Oxygen is more electronegative than carbon, so the negative charge should be over here. Similarly, over here also you are looking at the negative charge has to be on the more electronegative oxygen. Now, why are we taking the positive charge on this oxygen? Because the valencies of carbon, they are complete. ठीक है? It is the shifting of electrons only which is giving a positive charge on oxygen. Otherwise, there is no reason of having the positive charge on oxygen. ठीक है? समझ में आ गया? Okay. फिर उसके बाद next लिखो the formal charges on atoms in a molecule helps in choosing the most stable structure. For example, if we are having two resonating structures of N2O, right? Let's say these are the two resonating structures of N2O. Let's put the lone pair of electrons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 2 over here. Okay? There is no this thing electron in this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? अब इसके ऊपर there is going to be a positive charge because यहाँ पे lone pair of electrons होने चाहिए थे which are not present. So if the lone pair of electrons they have entered into a bonded system, this is going to get a positive charge, right? Whereas oxygen over here it gives a negative charge. When we are going to this, let's again 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 over here. No, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nothing over here. And 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. So now when we are looking at the charges over here, what are we going to say? That the negative charge that is going to be on this nitrogen and the positive charge is going to be on this nitrogen. So according to this, according to what we have already done, that the negative charge should be on the more electronegative element. So when we are talking of nitrogen and oxygen, oxygen is going to be more electronegative. So the negative charge should be on the more electronegative oxygen. So this first one, this is going to be more stable because the negative charge is on this oxygen. ठीक है? Clear हो गया? So this is how formal charge helps us, right? So क्या है ये कि this helps us, the resonating structures helps us to calculate bond order, right? Now when we are calculating the bond order, it is said that bond order that is equal to total number of bonds it is equal to total number of bonds between two atoms ठीक है total number of bonds between two atoms in all the structures upon total number of resonating structures. Total number of resonating structures. जैसे for example, let's calculate the bond order for benzene. This is the resonating structures of benzene. ठीक है ये आ गया अब बॉन्ड ऑर्डर हमको कैलकुलेट करना है सो टोटल नंबर ऑफ बॉन्ड्स बिटवीन टू एटम्स व्हेन वी टॉकिंग ऑफ टू एटम्स दिस एंड दिस राइट सो व्हाट आर द टोटल नंबर ऑफ बॉन्ड्स ओवर हियर 2 देयर गोइंग टू बी 2 बॉन्ड्स राइट एंड देयर इज वन बॉन्ड ओके सो दिस कार्बन इट विल हैव 2 + 1 and how many resonating structures? There are 2 resonating structures, so divided by 2 the bond order that comes to 1.5 ठीक है similarly let's take another example over here हमारे पास carboxylate iron है sorry carbonate iron है so carbonate iron का जो structure है this is the structure if you're drawing the resonating structures over here and then another one ठीक है so we're calculating the bonds over here how many bonds does carbon has 2 + 1 + 1 ठीक है so the total number of bonds will be equal to 2 + 1 + 1 divided by how many resonating structures are there 3 ठीक है so there are 3 resonating structures 2 3 4 4 when we divided by 3 that will come to 1.33 ठीक है so the bond order of this that is equal to 1.33. ठीक है, so this is how we calculate the bond order. फिर उसके बाद हमारे पास आता है what do we understand by resonance energy. Resonance energy, that is equal to experimental value of heat of formation minus calculated value of heat of formation. Experimental value of heat of formation minus calculated value of heat of formation of the most stable resonating structure. ठीक है, so we are going to take the differences between the two. क्लियर हो गया? एक्सपेरिमेंटल वैल्यू ऑफ हीट ऑफ फॉर्मेशन एंड कैलकुलेटेड वैल्यू ऑफ हीट ऑफ फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द मोस्ट स्टेबल रेजोनेटिंग स्ट्रक्चर. You have to remember, if the resonance energy that is going to be high, then the stability it is going to be less. ठीक है? So let's go on to the characteristics of resonance. Characteristics of resonance. Number 1. Resonance is responsible for identical bond lengths, in the molecule. Number 2, resonance imparts extra stability greater the resonance energy, more is the stability. Now why this is happening? Because resonance energy is the energy released. So if more energy is going to be released, the molecule that is going to become more stable. ठीक है? So अगर आपको क्वेश्चन आया हो कि एक मॉलिक्यूल दिया है उसकी रेजोनेंस एनर्जी ये है और दूसरा मॉलिक्यूल दिया है उसकी रेजोनेंस एनर्जी ये है, which is going to be more stable? The one which has greater resonance energy. That is going to be more stable. Previously we were talking of resonance energy and stability, in which the resonance energy that was absorbed, but mostly it is said that the resonance energy it is released. It is the energy released. So if a system is losing energy, it is going to become more stable. ठीक है? So more the resonance energy, more is going to be the stability. Then number 3, greater the number of covalent bonds, in canonical forms, more is the stability. Number 4, uncharged structures are more stable than charged structures. More stable than charged structures. ठीक है? So basically what is happening over here is कि all those, even if the structure is charged, right? So that charged structure which has a negative charge on a more electronegative element and the positive charge on a more electropositive element, that is going to be more stable. Clear हो गया? So this was the concept of resonance. Now next, today we are going to do the VSEPR theory, which is very very important from your examination point of view, because we generally get questions from this. So next हमारा आ गया balanced shell electron pair valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. This theory is also known as VSEPR theory. The theory that was put forward by two scientists, Sidgwick and Powell, right? These were the two scientists who gave this theory in the year 1940. And then it was further extended by Nigel and Glimsey in the year 1957. Now basically what is this theory? It is said that whenever there is a covalent molecule present which has more than two atoms attached to the central atom. Okay? Whenever a covalent molecule is present which has two or more than two atoms attached to the central atom, then the direction or the position of the surrounding atoms is so adjusted that there is minimum repulsion between them, right? So whenever we are having, for example, if we are having a molecule of the type AB2, where A is the central atom and B is the surrounding atom. These two B's which are present over here, they are going to take such a position such that the repulsion between two is minimum, right? So they will be directed in opposite corners of A, right? So this particular relationship or this particular theory, it was the first theory which satisfactorily explained to us the geometry of molecules. Satisfactorily, it explained to us the geometry of molecules. Okay? Now, in order to explain this, you just write down the postulates of this theory. Main postulates. Number one, the shape of a molecule depends upon number of valence shell electron pairs, around the central atom. Number two, pairs of electrons in the valence shell, repel one another since their electron clouds are negatively charged. Okay? Since their electron clouds are negatively charged. Number three, the position of electron pairs in space around the central atom are such that minimizes the repulsions and maximizes the distance between them. So that is what is happening over here. It is minimizing the repulsion and it is maximizing the distance between the two. Okay? Minimizes the repulsion and maximizes the difference. Then number four, the magnitude of different types of electronic repulsions. Follows the given order. That is, repulsion between lone pair and lone pair. That is going to be maximum. ठीक है, repulsion between lone pair and lone pair, that is going to be maximum. फिर उसके बाद lone pair and bond pair, और फिर उसके बाद bond pair and bond pair. So this is the order of repulsion. Maximum repulsion is going to be between lone pair, then lone pair, bond pair, and then bond pair. Then number 5, the electronic repulsion between two pairs of electrons will be minimum if they are as far as possible. ठीक है? So these are the main postulates. Now, depending upon this, let's try and talk of certain examples to illustrate the VSEPR theory. Okay, so the first type of molecules which we are going to discuss are those which have only bonded pairs, right? So the first molecule over here, that is BeF2. In case of BeF2, both the fluorines, they are directed towards the opposite sides, as a result of which we have the following characteristics: hybridization. In this, that is going to be sp. Hybridization is sp. The shape is going to be, or geometry, that is going to be linear. Okay, and the bond angle, that is going to be 180 degrees. Right? Other examples of this is BeCl2, sorry. Another example which are going to follow the same trend, that is BeCl2. Then we have zinc chloride. Zinc chloride will also have the same shape, and we have HgCl2. Okay? The second molecule which we are going to discuss, that is BF3. This is going to be the molecule of BF3. The hybridization in this case is sp2. ठीक है? Geometry or shape, that is going to be triangular planar. ठीक है? And the bond angle, that is going to be 120 degrees. So this is the bond angle over here, which is 120 degrees. Right? Other examples of this type is BCl3 and AlCl3. Okay? Then we have the third type, CH4. This is CH4, right? Hybridization in this case is going to be sp3. Geometry is tetrahedral. Bond angle, that is going to be 109.5 degrees. Right? And other examples are CCl4, SiH4 and NH4 positive. Clear? Then we go on to the next one. PCl5. So PCl5 has this kind of a structure. PCl5 hybridization is sp3d. Okay, so इसपे जो D participate कर रहा है, we have 5 D orbitals ना, the D which is participating over here is dz square, right? Then the geometry is trigonal bipyramidal. And the bond angle that is going to be equal to, there you can see two types of bonds which are present. One is this bond, this is known as the equatorial bond, and one is this bond which is known as the axial bond. So there are two bond angles. Bond angle axial, which is perpendicular to the plane, it is 90 degree, and the bond angle for equatorial, that is 120 degrees. ठीक है, समझ आ गया? Now also you have to remember in this that the length of the axial bond is greater, whereas the length of the equatorial bond that is going to be less. Why? Because the axial bond over here that is suffering more repulsions. ठीक है, ये वाला जो axial bond है उसको ये भी रिपेल कर रहा है, ये भी रिपेल कर रहा है और ये भी रिपेल कर रहा है. So this is going to suffer more repulsions, whereas इसको एक ये और एक ये सिर्फ दो ही रिपेल कर रहे हैं. So equatorial bond length that is going to be smaller as compared to axial bond length. Then the sixth one is SF6. The sixth one, SF6. SF6 का octahedral shape रहता है. So we have this is SF6. Hybridization in this case is sp3d2. ये जो D यहाँ पे पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं, they are dz square and dx square minus y square. ठीक है, ज्योमेट्री octahedral. Okay, geometry that is going to be octahedral, and then we have bond angles. All the bond angles here also you can see that there are 4 equatorial bonds and 2 axial bonds. But bond angle जो इस पे होगा, all bond angles they are going to be equal to 90 degrees. Here, this is SF6. Other examples which we can take over here is that of TeF6. Right? Then second we go to the molecules having both bond pairs and lone pairs. ठीक है? So the first molecule which we are going to discuss, यहाँ पे we will represent B with bond pairs and L with lone pairs. Okay? So the first molecule we have is AB2L, which means there are 2 bond pairs present and 1 lone pair present. An example which we can take over here is that of sulfur dioxide. ठीक है? In sulfur dioxide, there is 1 lone pair and there are 2 bond pairs. Okay? Hybridization in this case, that is sp2. Geometry is bent. Right? Now because of the lone pair and bond pair repulsion over here, otherwise if you're talking of AB3 molecules, in sp2 hybridization we have seen, as in the case of BF3, the geometry should be triangular planar. पर यहाँ पे it is bent due to the repulsions between the lone pair and the bond pair. ठीक है, फिर उसके बाद the bond angle will also be reduced a little. The bond angle in sp2 hybridization is 120, but over here the bond angle that is going to be 119.5 degrees. ठीक है, then the next type we have AB3L. In AB3L there are going to be 3 bond pairs and 1 lone pair. Example which we can take over here is that of ammonia. Right? When we are looking at the shape of ammonia, this is how we will draw the molecule of ammonia. ठीक है? Now over here the hybridization of ammonia, that is sp3. So sp3 की जो shape होती है that should be tetrahedral, but the shape over here, the geometry over here is pyramidal. Again due to lone pair bond pair repulsions, right? So bond angle also decreases over here. It decreases from 109.5 to 106.5 degrees. ठीक है, फिर उसके बाद नेक्स्ट वी गो टू AB2L2. There are 2 bond pairs and there are 2 lone pairs. Examples, we can take water. Okay, so यहाँ पे we have the structure of water as okay. Now the hybridization in this case, it is going to be sp3. The geometry is angular or bent, and the bond angle over here, that is going to be reduced even smaller than this. It is 104.5 degrees because of lone pair repulsions, which according to VSEPR theory is the maximum repulsion. ठीक है, समझ आ गया? Then next we go on to AB3L. Next we have AB3L. In this case there are 3 bond pairs and 1 lone pair. Example which we can take is SF4. Now in case of SF4 there are 3 structures which are given for the direction of the lone pair. So we have the first structure in which the lone pair is directed towards the axial position. Okay, sorry, not 3, 2 structures have been given, and the second in which the lone pair is directed towards the equatorial position. So if you're looking at this lone pair over here, this is going to suffer 3 repulsions, and this lone pair over here is only going to suffer 2 repulsions. So this is more stable. ठीक है, hybridization in this case, that is going to be sp3d. Okay, and the shape or geometry, that is seesaw. So seesaw is this geometry. If you are not looking at the lone pair over here, both are on the opposite side. It's like a seesaw which the children play on. Okay, seesaw, and the axial bond length, that is 119.5 degrees. Okay, and the equatorial, 89 degrees. Axial bond length is 89 degrees, and the equatorial bond length, that is 117.5 degrees. ठीक है, this is SF4. Then the next one which we go to, that is AB3L2. Ab3L2. Example which we are going to take over here is ClF3. All these shapes are very, very important. Okay, so when we are talking of ClF3, Cl, F and two lone pair of electrons which are directed to the equatorial positions. Hybridization in this case, that is going to be same, sp3d. Geometry is T-shape, right? The geometry in this case, that is going to be T-shape. Clear हो गया? And the axial bond length, bond angle, that is equal to 87.6 degrees. 87.6 degrees. ठीक है? Then the next one which we are going to do, the sixth one, that is Ab2L3. Ab2L3, an example we are going to take is HCF2. There are two lone pairs and there are two bond pairs and there are going to be three lone pairs. ठीक है? So यहाँ पे जब इसकी shape हम देखते हैं, all the lone pairs, they are directed at this position. Right? Hybridization is going to be sp3d. Geometry is linear. You can see that it is falling in one single line. So the geometry that is going to be linear. ठीक है? Then the next we have Ab5L. So there are 5 bond pairs and there is one lone pair. Example which we are going to take is that of BrF5. Right? So over here we have bromine in the center, lone pairs, right? Hybridization, sp3d2, okay, and the geometry is square pyramidal. Square pyramidal. The last which we are going to do, that is Ab4L2. So there are 4 bond pairs and 2 lone pairs over here. Example आ गया HCF4, ठीक है? Hybridization, sp3d2, and geometry is square ladder. Right? So over here, although we've already done this when we were doing hybridization, that whenever we are calculating the hybridization, तो हमने करा था कि if H becomes equal to 2, then the hybridization is sp और उसका shape क्या होता है? That is going to be linear, sp2 का triangular, sp3 का tetrahedral, and so on, right? So you can predict the shapes also on the basis of hybridization when you're doing your multiple choice questions, or if you're getting in your boards, you're getting a question in which you have to draw the shapes, then this is how you can do the shapes of so many molecules on the basis of PSEPR theory, right? So for today we are going to do only till here. Okay.